Hey everyone, I'm doing a quick live here on YouTube, of course. I wanted to do this live to say, I went to this really great speech that we had in town here. It was opiates and vaping, like the myths and lies about, well, of course, myth is a lie. I went to this event anyway, and it was really interesting when I went to it because I noticed. Well, there's a lot of different people there that were concerned within the community in that. However, I got some really good resources. I'm going to start with all the good. So I got some good resources to be able to help clients out to kind of know about for the tobacco and the vaping and all that, which I can help do cessation of vaping and cigarettes. And then I didn't know about third hand smoke. I'd heard about it, but I don't buy anything that's been smoked in for vehicles or whatever. I just won't buy it. I won't even touch it. So I got, like I said, a bunch of different resources, which was really good. But I had picked up the different resources for my clients for when I do have clients that have questions, about where can I get this or that for different information. So I picked all this information up, like I said, at this event that I was at about opiates and vaping. Well, there was a lot of the good things, like I said, here that I showed you. The one bad thing is that, actually a couple bad things, is that they were putting out bad information, incorrect information. Not that it was all bad, but a few things were concerning to me of putting out incorrect information. So this here thing, this little brochure, whatever you want to call it, was last printed in October of 2010. Okay, so now the dangers of that is that one, it's 9-year-old, almost 10-year-old information. That's a whole 10 years, 1 decade old. Now, it does say you have asked a lot of questions. How can prescription drugs be harmful if they're prescribed by doctors? Right there, it states that prescription drugs aren't bad. They totally help a lot of people. Okay, so prescription drugs, see, since 2010, there has been a lot of recalls. We know opiates are bad. Opiates are addictive, and yet they passed out information that says right here that prescription drugs aren't bad. They totally help a lot of people, which is a lie. Not all prescription drugs help everyone. And that goes for anyone. I'm not saying that some of them don't, because I do take some prescription meds that I do need because they do help me. However, if people are going to say that all of them are good, they need to get their facts straight, because there's some meds that are not bad. They are bad, and then there's some that are not good to be having, opiates being one of them. Look how many people are addicted to them. And it was told to us that it was good. Now, if anybody looks up Vioxx, Celebrex, those were really good drugs. I used to take them. However, they took them off the market because they found that those prescription drugs from a doctor, they were not good. They caused heart attacks. They caused other issues. So they had to pull them from the market. So when somebody says that they're all good, they cannot be putting those kind of words in there. Okay, so that's where I'm saying the information is old. In 2010, that is old information, okay? So that was concerning to me, as far as that goes on that one, okay? So another one is popular about marijuana, okay? So when it comes to marijuana, this one was dated 2012. Okay, so 2012, that was 7 years ago, almost 8 years ago now. Okay, so 2012, you're going to be looking at this and you're going to say, well, okay, yes, it has some information about marijuana, some of the terms in there and stuff like that. It talks about how it's bad for you, yet studies prove time and time again that it helps with cancer. It helps with other health issues such as chronic pain. It's actually helping people when it's used in the correct form and the correct amount for that person. And that's really variable, again, from person to person. Yet they put it out there, and they had these 2 pieces of information out there that were outdated and incorrect, which to me that's falsifying information to the general public that doesn't need to be out there. People are better off doing your own research. I have learned a lot of things about different things when it comes to not only CBD oil, essential oils, to, like I said, the natural alternatives, even with the hypnosis, huge variety of different ways to treat the exact same issue. Yet, when I was there, I said, hey, why isn't anyone caring about hypnotherapy? You have all of these different resources on vaping. Oh, these people can help you stop smoking. There's South Dakota Quit Line. There's all these different quit lines. And they all are trying to push another medication onto you. Which to me, I'm like, why push another medication? Because it requires side effect for a side effect, and I need a side effect. I need a medicine just to treat the side effect of that medication. And it just goes on a downward spiral, still helping out the pharmaceutical companies, which are now getting in trouble, thankfully. And to me, that's concerning because it's like, okay, my son has issues. Only one of them does, and I know damn well it's from Lyrica. Nobody can tell me any different, because my other 3 sons turned up perfectly fine and normal. There's no issues with them. And yet, it just said that all prescription drugs are good. And yet, so many in the medical community fail to understand that we can change our life by simply changing our thoughts. Why isn't the medical community focusing on that? You focus up on here, you change this, and the rest of your life will change, either good or bad, however you choose to program yourself, which is why I'm doing this, because it's very important for me to get people to understand, hey, we're all into this together. We want to change things. Let's work together as a team. Let's not put out false information that's old. 9 and 10-year-old information doesn't do anyone any good at all. This other information that I got, about, like I said, about the vaping, about the smoking cessation, the different resources, that is helpful because it's new, current, up-to-date information. And when it's current and up-to-date information, I don't know about you, but I'd rather take that over the information that's 10 years old, saying that medications are all good. And time and time again, with the different lawsuits, Zantac is a perfect example. Who hasn't taken Zantac? And now it's causing cancer. So it's getting to the point where if you truly want to find out what is going to be beneficial for you, you really need to do your research. You look at the .gov websites, every last one of them will tell you the good and the bad of medications. They will tell you the good and bad of the different studies that they've done. You look up fluoride on the .gov websites. It tells you the history of fluoride and how we got it. And they failed to mention that they put it in the water. They put lead in water, but you can't put lead in your house to paint with it. But they can put lead in your water. The Zantac issue, I did look up what that is, and it's a byproduct that MDA, I know it has ND something in there. So anyways, when I looked that up, I'm like, okay, so that's a natural occurring byproduct of something else. Don't quote me on what it is right now, but it's like, okay, so that was too much in those medications that cause cancer now. Okay, so why put information, says that all medications are good? Why put out old information? We're constantly getting new information, and I don't understand that part of it. Some of it won't change, like meth is bad for you. Yes, meth is bad. Ritalin was thought to be a brilliant drug years ago to treat ADHD. To find out all Ritalin is basically giving your child little doses of speed, these different things. And it's like, okay, I can understand the small controlled amounts if you know what you're doing. However, general large population, you're not going to know person to person to person for things, whether or not they help or not. That's why I encourage everyone to really do your own research on everything. Before you put anything in your body, I think we're getting to this point in day and age where you have to really stop and think, what am I putting in my body? What am I doing to my body? What can I do to help my body? What makes me feel good when I put it into my body? And do what makes you feel good in your body, in your soul, to help you out. And for now, I just really want to push, hey, I'm not going to say that hypnotherapy is a cure-all be-all, and I'm not going to say that essential oils are, CBD oils, I'm not going to say any of that, simply because I want you to use your own mind, your own mindset, not what I'm telling you, not what this person's telling you. Go and do your own research on the .gov websites. Do your own research on drugs.com. Do your own research, and you will find that there's a plethora of information waiting for you to discover the truth. So have a great night, everyone. I hope you enjoy this. So let me know your thoughts on the video and all that. And if you disagree, I don't really care, because we're free to disagree. Have a good night.